Moms and dads. Well, there is a family that is here this week at the World Championships that really puts the word family into horseshoe pitching.
Hey! The milk in it. With bubblegum. Do you mind?
It's breakfast time, and when the HIX family gathers to eat, there are enough folks to form a horseshoe tournament. Well, not quite, but camping here are 10 horseshoe lovers from Virginia, Mom and Dad and the 8 kids.
My name is Carl Hicks, and I'm 10 years old.
My name is Eugene Hicks. I'm 17 years old.
I'm Sonia Hicks. I'm 17. I'll be 18 in a week.
They range in age from 6 to 23, and most of these kids will tell you that they've been pitching horseshoes back home in the town of Ruth Glen, Virginia, since they were knee-high to a stake in the ground. Almost every year they come to the World Tournament, bringing plenty of good food and even more laundry. Video games help pass the time of day.
They sleep a lot, play video games, color, play cards. So I do the driving, they do the playing.
I won the game.
At this year's tournament, no one had more entrants than the HIX family. 7 of 8 children competed, as did Mom and Dad. During their 2-week stay in Spearfish, they pitched in a total of 131 games. And while no one finished on top, daughter Renee has before. She's considered the best pitcher in this, Horseshoe's biggest family.
Well, the first year I pitched, I was 13.5 to 14.5, and I only averaged like 16%. Second year, I jumped to 59%. And the reason was because I practiced in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night. Daddy always supplied everything we needed. He took us everywhere he needed. He supported us in every way. Never had to pay for anything. It was just something that we all loved, and we all did it as a family.
Back home in Virginia, the area this family plays and practices is known as HIX Coliseum. But that's 2,000 miles from Spearfish, and when you're that far from home, little family squabbles occasionally flare up. Just ask 10-year-old Carl.
I was playing the game of horseshoes. You just hit me.
Your sister did? Well, that happens in a family, doesn't it, sometimes? You'll get even with her, won't you?
Yep.
Were you crying? You got some tears in those eyes, don't you?
Put a spider in her bed tonight.
You're in a what?
Put a spider in her bed.
Go ahead, Carl. Charlene. Kara.
After a month on the road, it's time to head home. Like the coach of a football team, Floyd Hicks counts his troops before sending them inside the camper for the long ride back. This year's tourney is almost over, and while they've pitched a lot of horseshoes here in Spearfish, they've done so as a family. 131 games and a lot of loving memories.
It's great. It really is, because you get to be a family. You get to do things together, and you know, you hear so many things about divorces and everything and stuff like that. And going out, you know, my parents, they love each other to death, and they love us, and none of us are treated more than the other. We all get equal shares in everything. It's always been like that, so it's really great when we're together.
This is it, the 1989 NHPA World Tournament Highlights video. Capturing all the thrills and excitement from the first ringer to the championship round, this 2-week event brought together 1,500